Welcome. I'm Dr. Ann Riley, and this is part one of the basic practicum orientation, everything you wanted to know about practicum and more. We'll have three segments of approximately 10 minutes apiece that will provide a good overview for you of preparing for practicum. Introductions. I'm Dr. Ann Riley, Field Education Coordinator. Pam Sanford is here in our office as a Field Faculty Liaison. Levi Hepry is our Support Specialist in the field office, and we have two GAs, Michelle Wheat and Elizabeth Hicks. You may have met some or all of us at your orientation at the school. Practicum worries. Please don't worry. We're here to help you find a placement, secure a placement, and we're here today especially to help you understand the expectations for practicum. So forms are always available to you on the website, socialwork.ou.edu, and also through IPT. That at this point in time would be for the application for practicum, which is another online tutorial. Later on, you'll do your weekly documentations through that system as well. The practicum and its purpose. Field education is the signature pedagogy in social work education. It brings together the knowledge, values, and skills that a developing social worker needs to learn. Practicum integrates coursework, primarily knowledge and the processing of values come out through coursework, but also values again and skill development is experienced through the real-life field opportunity that a practicum provides with real clients at a real agency. Practicum is required for the purpose of professional social work development and the acquisition of the core competencies that are essential for social work practice. As you learn how to be a social worker, that occurs primarily in the field through the practicum experience. It's one of the hallmarks of our profession. Our curriculum is currently competency-based as an educational approach, and this promotes the developmental nature of student learning that's expected and those opportunities that occur through the practicum experience. The student performance policy is available on the website. It's essential that you read through these. I particularly highlighted pages 5 through 7 here, related to self-awareness, professional communication, professional behavior. It's your obligation to look these over carefully and understand the expectations. Field education participants. As the coordinator, I provide oversight for all placements, agencies, students, field instructors, the faculty that are involved with us, and the workings and processes and procedures. Here in the field office, Levi Hepry monitors practicum documentation and assists and works with our GAs to provide that service as well, among a million other things. Our liaisons. Now, a liaison is the person who will be assigned to every student to monitor their educational experience. Pam Sanford is here in the field office as a full-time faculty liaison. She currently has all undergrads, foundation year, ACP, that's the Administration and Community Practice, students. She has all of those. Linda Smith is through the CWPEP office, and she does liaison work for all DHS-related placements as well as the Child Welfare Professional Enhancement Program. Terry Smith is our liaison related to healthcare. She's the director of the Center for Healthcare and Social Work and has many, many connections across the state. Cynthia McPherson is an instructor here at the school with an extensive background in direct practice and clinical work, so she primarily provides liaison services for those students. Then we have Dr. Jim Rosenthal, who's been here at the school for a long time, and he has worked with all levels of students and really enjoys that role. Dr. Steve Wells is currently our simulation coordinator. He also provides liaison services and has an extensive practice background as well. So we love our liaisons and appreciate everything they do for us. The practicum student is obviously a primary crucial participant involved in field. And this is just to let you know and to remind you that we do have various cohort groups. There are 3 general groups that would be the undergraduates, and then at the graduate level there are foundation year students and there are concentration year MSW students. Now the foundation year students, there are those who in a part-time track, those who are in a full-time track. There may be another track soon as well. For the concentration year, we have the ACP group, that's administration and community practice, as well as the DP or direct practice group. So we actually currently have about 5 cohort groups of students, and we place them year-round throughout the year in a 2-month kind of segment of time for each one. Okay, more than you need to know, right? Practicum site and agency. The terms field instructor and preceptor sometimes get confused, and so I hope to clear this up for you now. Every student must have a field instructor, and that field instructor must have a social work degree. So they must be a social worker, a degreed social worker, in otherwise. For the BSW level, it can be a bachelor's level social worker or master's. For the master's level student, it must be an MSW supervisor. Now, usually those are on site. Sometimes they might be what we call off site. So if an agency is doing great work, we feel like a student could really learn from the populations they work with and the services that they provide, but they don't happen to have a degreed social worker there, that is one situation where we'll bring in what we call a preceptor. The preceptor is typically not a degreed social worker. They may have some other professional degree. They could be, in fact, a program director, let's say. So the student might be involved with that agency, and their go-to daily task supervisor or preceptor would be perhaps the program director or another professional who knows those services well. But then in conjunction with that, they still have a field instructor that is a degreed social worker whom they would meet with once a week for supervision. So the field instructor will have a social work degree. The preceptor might, but not necessarily does. Okay? Not all placements have both of these roles. They do all have to have, a student has to have, of course, a field instructor to give them that social work perspective. All righty, let's look at the process. So most of you are aware of these 3 phases, so I'm just reiterating this now and highlighting the important points. There are 3 phases to the practicum placement process. First is that planning phase, then is that interviewing phase, a lot of fun there, and then is securing your practicum with your documentation. All students are required to meet all practicum deadlines. And the consequence for not meeting a deadline is risking a delay in your practicum. So deadlines are very important. That's an indication of the ability to abide by professional practices and to meet professional expectations. Therefore, a student who does not get their documentation in or secure their practicum on time according to their practicum calendar will not move forward with practicum for that following semester or whenever that is planned to be. Always remember, though, that communication is the key. If for some reason, justifiably so, you're just running a day or 2 behind on a deadline, let us know. Letting us know always makes a world of difference, okay? Levi would be the person to tune into what's going on with you, and then he communicates with the rest of us as well. So I just want to make sure that everyone knows where these practicum calendars are. They're available on the school website. Within field education, there's a specific link for practicum calendars. Everyone has been shown this location. You've been given a paper handout as well, but you'll need to make copies of that as you go out for your interviews, so obtain that online and any replacements that you may need. All right, I'm going to wrap up this one for now and invite you to join part 2 as we dig on in further to the primary points for planning the first phase of the practicum placement. See you soon.